up, y'all? It's your boy, the BlackChivalrousNerd, back at it again with another episode of BCN Initiative. And today we're going to be talking about the Unearthed Arcana Feats that Wizards just dropped. So we're going to talk about them and just go through them. So if you haven't seen these, then let's talk. Alright, so the first one you have is the Artificer Initiate. So essentially this is another one of those Initiate feats where you only get like a cantrip and a first level spell of say spellcaster class. So they're actually going to do it with the Artificer this time. You also gain a proficiency with one type of the Artisan's tools of your choice, and you can use that tool as a spellcasting focus for any spell you cast that uses intelligence as its spellcasting ability. And of course, it has the other stuff like the other things where it's like you could get if you get a cantrip and a first level spell, and then if you cast a first level spell, you can only do it after you can only use it again after you make a long rest. So that's essentially the Artificer Initiate. Next we have Chef. Chef, increase your Constitution or Wisdom score by 1. You gain proficiency with cook's utensils if you don't already have it. As part of a short rest, you can cook special food provided you have ingredients and cook's utensils on hand. You can prepare enough of this food for a number of creatures equal to 4 plus your proficiency bonus. At the end of a short rest, any creature who eats the food and spends 1 or more hit dice to regain hit points regains an extra 1d8 hit points. So that'll be cool. And then it also says with 1 hour of work or when you finish a long rest, you can cook a number of treats equal to your proficiency bonus. These special treats last 8 hours after being made. A creature can use a bonus action to eat one of those treats to gain temporary hit points equal to your proficiency bonus. So upon reading this, it's almost like another version of Gourmand. So I'm gonna go to 5e Tools. I'm actually gonna post the link to this in the description down below. If you guys don't know, for all you D&D people that probably don't know about 5e Tools, 5e Tools is essentially like the one-stop shop. So as soon as any Unearthed Arcana stuff drops, then that's where you can find it, along with other stuff like the PHB, and it's like I said, it's a one-stop shop. But anyway, so you look at Gourmand, it's essentially just like Chef, but I feel like it's a good way to combine. So if you were creating like a character that was all about cooking, then you could pick up the Chef feat and then the Gourmand feat, because at least with Gourmand you can still inspect food and drink if stuff determine whether it's poisoned, and like essentially you get the same like the other stuff that Gourmand does is the same as Chef, except that Gourmand is like as an action you can detect poison, provided you can see and smell it. Next is one that I like. Crusher. You are practiced in the art of crushing your enemies, granting you the following benefits. Increase your score or dexterity by 1. Once per turn, when you hit a creature with an attack that deals bludgeoning damage, you can move it 5 feet to an unoccupied space provided the target is no more than 1 size larger than you. And when you score a critical hit that deals bludgeoning damage to a creature, attack rolls against that creature are made with advantage until the end of your turn. I like that because, especially if because I can imagine say you're someone who has your character has a warhammer, I'll just say a warhammer, a fighter with the warhammer, and fighters, I'll just say right now my one fighter is at level 11, so he has 3 attacks. I think he has 3 attacks. Yes, he has 3 attacks. So, and then I could do 3 attacks, second wind, action surge, and then do 3 more attacks, and then let's just say on the 6th attack I roll, it's a crit and it's max damage, the potential max damage. I could use that crit hit to move the person back 5 more feet and then back away without provoking opportunity attack. So I feel like Crusher is a very good way for like any DPS or fighter or barbarian or paladin or any character that deals bludgeoning as a weapon that deals bludgeoning damage, and they want to feel like they're some type of control. They can control in a way of, like pushing someone back, or they can help out someone. So like say the wizard or a spellcaster or the squishy member of the party is being attacked by someone in melee range, and you can go to that person and essentially help them. So then, like, you can tell that person or get the person off them, and then like that person can back away, like cast a spell or so. So it's a good like semi crowd control type maneuver. So I like that. Next is Eldridge Adept. Studying occult lore, you have unlocked Eldritch powers within yourself. You learn one Eldritch invocation option of your choice from the Warlock class. If the invocation has a prerequisite, you can choose that invocation only if you're a Warlock and only if you meet the prerequisite. Whenever you gain a level, you can replace the invocation with another one from the Warlock class. I think this is another good one, and I love how it says and it talks about if the invocation has a prerequisites. But other than that, I definitely think that this is a good combo with, say, Spell Sniper. So say you're a bard and you pick up Spell Sniper, and you choose, because I believe with Spell Sniper, let's go to 5e tools real quick. Spell Sniper, yeah. You learn one cantrip that requires an attack roll. Choose the cantrip from the Bard, Cleric, Druid, Sorcerer, Warlock, or Wizard class. So, case in point, you're a Bard. You pick up Spell Sniper, and you pick up Eldritch Blast. Well, now, the next time you pick a feat, you can pick up Eldridge Adept, and then you pick up, I think it's Eldridge Lance. That doubles the Eldritch Blast. So instead of the Spell Sniper, with the Spell Sniper feat, your Eldritch Blast would be 300 feet. Now with Eldritch Adept, you would pick up the Eldritch Lance, and now that 300 feet is now 600 feet. So now your Bard can hurl Eldritch Blast from 600 feet away, and be like, and back up. And I feel like you could pick this up again and pick up the repelling blast, and then back up, and then tell hey, back up, hey, back up, hey, back up. That's another deadly combo. So that's Eldritch Adept. Next we have Fey Touched. Your exposure to the Feywild or one of its denizens has left a magical mark on you. You gain the following benefits. You increase your intelligence, wisdom, or charisma score by 1 to a maximum of 20. You learn the Misty Step spell and one first level spell of your choice. The first level spell must be from the Divination or Enchantment School of Magic. You can cast each of these spells without expending a spell slot. Once you cast either of these spells in this way, you can't cast the spell in this way again until you finish a long rest. You can cast these spells using spell slots you have of the appropriate level, and the spell's casting ability is the ability increased by this feat. Okay, so it's another one of these like initiate things or adepts. Next one is Fighting Initiate. Your martial training has helped you develop prerequisite proficiency with martial weapons. Your martial training has helped you develop a particular fighting style of fighting. As a result, you learn one fighting style option of your choice from the fighter class. If you already have a style, the one you choose must be different. Whenever you gain a level, you can replace this feat's fighting style with another one from the fighter class that you don't have. This is very good. So again, say you're a barbarian, and instead of dipping into taking a level in fighter, you just pick up the fighting initiate, and then there's your fighting style. So you still get to be that full-on barbarian, but then with the fighting initiate feat, you can say, you know what, I got, I'm a dip into fighter and just pick up a style. So you could say you pick up, say, tonal fighter. You're a barbarian with tonal fighter. Who's gonna fuck with you? Next, we have gunner. You have a quick hand and keen eye when employing firearms, granting you the following benefits: increase your dexterity score by 1. You gain proficiency with firearms. You ignore the loading property of firearms, and being within 5 feet of a hostile creature doesn't impose disadvantage on your ranged attack rolls. This is just like crossbow expert. Yeah. This is exactly like crossbow hunter. So this is, like I said, it's essentially the crossbow hunter, crossbow expert, because just like gunner, yeah, you ignore the loading properties of a crossbow. Being within 5 feet of a hostile creature doesn't impose disadvantage, and then when you use the action and attack with a one-handed weapon, you can use a bonus action to attack with a hand crossbow you are holding. So yeah, this is exactly like I said it was. Crossbow expert. Next up, Meta Magic Adept. Prerequisite, spellcasting or pact magic feature. You've learned how to exert your will on your spells to alter how they function. You gain the following benefits. Number 1, you learn 2 meta magic options of your choice from the sorcerer class. You can use only 1 meta magic option on a spell when you cast it, unless the option says otherwise. Whenever you gain a level, you replace one of your meta magic options with another one from the sorcerer class. 2, you gain 2 sorcery points to spend on meta magic. These points are added to any sorcery points you have from another source that can be used only on meta magic. You can regain all spent sorcery points when you finish a long rest. This is definitely good, and I definitely, like I said, for spell casting. So, say you're a wildfire druid, and you cast Firebolt, and you want to cast it again because you want to do a little bit more damage. So you can pick up the Meta Magic Adept feat. You have heightened. No, not heightened. It's quickened and twinned. You can quicken Firebolt. Boom, there you go. So like your first action, Firebolt, do the sorcery point to twin it. Boom. And then the bonus action, quicken Firebolt again. Boom, there you go. But of course, like I said, you only get 2 spell slots, so use them wisely. Next up, we have Piercer. Just like with Crusher, increase your strength and dexterity by 1. Once per turn, when you hit a creature with an attack that deals piercing damage against a creature, you can re-roll one of the attack's damage dice, and you must use the new roll. When you score a critical hit that deals piercing damage to a creature, you can roll 1 additional damage die when determining the extra piercing damage the target takes. Whew! So, let's just say you got a rapier. Rapier does a d8. You guys can do the math there. So again, this is just the Piercer version of Crusher. Next up, we got Poisoner. When you make a damage roll, you ignore resistance to poison damage. You can coat a weapon in poison as a bonus action instead of an action. You gain proficiency with the Poisoner's Kit if you don't already have it. With 1 hour of work using a Poisoner's Kit and expending 50 gold worth of materials, you can create a number of doses of potent poison equal to your proficiency bonus. Once applied, the poison retains potency for 1 minute, or until you hit with the weapon. When a weapon coated in this poison deals damage to the creature must succeed on a DC 14 Constitution saving throw, or take 2d8 damage and become poisoned until the end of your next turn. Excuse me. Ooh. That's a hardy hit right there. Next up, we got Practice Expert. You have honed your proficiency with particular skills or tools, gaining the following benefits: increase 1 ability score of your choice by 1. You gain proficiency with 1 skill or tool of your choice, and choose one of your skill or tool proficiencies, your proficiency is then doubled, so essentially you get expertise in a skill or tool that you're already proficient in. This is essentially Prodigy minus the language that you gain, become fluent in a language, and they took away the prerequisite that it's only for humans and half humans, like half orcs and half elves. I like this. Like I said, they nerfed it. They nerfed down Prodigy, and took away the prerequisite, and said, you know what, anyone can be a practiced expert or prodigy. So alright, I dig that one. Shadow Touched. You learn how to bend shadows from your experience with Shadowfell. You gain the following benefits: intelligence, wisdom, or charisma score increases by 1. You learn the darkness spell and 1 first level spell. Your choice. The spell must be from the illusion or necromancy school of magic. You can cast any of these spell slots. So it's essentially like what was it? It's just like Fey Touch. So it's, there we go. Next up, we got shield training. You've trained in the effective use of shields. You gain the following benefits: strength, dexterity, or constitution score increased by 1. You gain proficiency with shields. In combat, you can don or doff a shield as a free object interaction on your turn. If you have the spellcasting or pact magic feature, you can use a shield as a spellcasting focus. So I think if you combine shield training with, was that Shield Master? Yeah, with Shield Master. Whereas if you take the attack action on your turn, you can use it. You can use a bonus action to try and shove the creature within 5 feet of you with your shield. If you're incapacitated, you can add your shield's AC bonus to any dexterity saving throw you make against this spell or other harmful effects that target only you. If you're subjected to an effect that allows you to make dexterity saving throw to take only half damage, blah 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 blah. Yeah. So shield training along with Shield Master. Oh yeah. You essentially got yourself a Captain America right there, ladies and gentlemen. Next up, we have Slasher. And this is another variation of the Piercer or Crusher. But this one, it says, but the difference with this one is, as once per turn, when you hit a creature with an attack that deals slashing damage, you can reduce the speed of the target by 10 feet until the start of your next turn. So, let's just say you hit someone with a Warhammer. Let's just say you got you use your Warhammer one-handed to hit someone. On that turn, you push them back. No. Let's rewind that. Here's a scenario. Longsword in one hand, Warhammer in the other one. Both wield them one-handed, so they're both doing a D8 worth of damage. But you hit them with your first attack. And you reduce them by 10 feet. And then the second one, you hit them with the Warhammer. Boom! They fly back 5 feet. So now, then you back up, let's just say 30 feet. So now, they can only move 20 feet instead of their 30. Unless you're going up against a monk. Then you're probably, they're probably still going to catch up. But for the most part, you're golden, baby. Also, when you score a critical hit that deals slashing damage on a creature, you grievously wound it until the start of your next turn. The target has disadvantage on all attack rolls. So at the start of your next turn. So, say you're first on the lineup, and then say they're next. They had disadvantage until the start of your next turn. I'm all for that one. And next one we have Tandem Tactician. Your presence in a scrap tends to elevate your comrades. You gain the following benefits. You can use the help action as a bonus action. When you use the help action to aid an ally in attacking a creature, increase the range of the help action by 10 feet. Additionally, you can help 2 allies targeting the same creature within range when you use the help action this way. Ooh. Alright. There's been I can't remember the last time. Oh no, wait. Someone actually did use the help action for one time. That was like a couple sessions ago. Yeah, whatever. But and last but not least, ladies and gentlemen, we have the tracker. You have spent time hunting creatures and honed your skills, gaining the following benefits. Increase your wisdom score by 1 to a maximum of 20. You learn the Hunter's Mark spell. You can cast it once without expending a spell slot. And you must finish a long rest before you can cast it in this way again. You can also cast the spell using any spell slot you have. Wisdom is your spellcasting ability for this spell. And you have advantage on survival checks to track creatures. So, you're a hunter, ranger, druid, or just any fighter or any class that has that's proficient in survival. I would say is definitely good. Or anything that is very high in wisdom, because last thing you want is to have use this on a character whose wisdom is at a 10, so they have zero bonus or anything. And it's like, I don't think that's gonna work out. But there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Here are like I said, these are the Unearthed Arcana 2020 feats. Once again, I will post the link to them down below. You can get a better understanding of them. You can read them. And I will also send a link down to post a link to 5e tools. So if you don't know about 5e tools, then that maybe that'll help you out whenever you play as a session. So that way it's, like less stuff that you gotta like scroll down and less books that you gotta lug. Gotta try to save the back of people. We're trying to save people's backs, But other than that, what do you guys think about the feats? Which feat did catch your fancy? Let's talk about it in the comments below. But in the meantime, y'all, I'm the BlackChivalrousNerd. This has been another episode of BCN Initiative. And may all your rolls have advantage. Hopefully. But in the meantime, y'all, love, peace, bacon grease. Catch you on the next one. And we